Good afternoon. I'm Coach West. I'm a coach here in Georgia, and I would like to inform you guys on how to play football. Before we start on learning how to play football, well, should I say American football, which I will explain to you about the difference in this slide right here, let's talk a little bit about the history. As we know in the United States, we know football is football, but in other countries, football is football is announced as American football, not actual football, because actual football in other countries in the world besides the United States, it refers to soccer, to where we refer soccer as soccer, other countries refer soccer as football, so you have to put that specifics on it, American football. The first game, a fun fact, the first game was played November 6, 1869 between two institutions by the name of Princeton and Rutgers. If you're ever in the area of Princeton and Rutgers, I'm pretty sure if you check out their museum, it's nice artifacts, helmets, things of that nature that you can see the history of football and where it evolved from with these two institutions. If you ever heard of the word gridiron is referred to as the football field. Football field is the playing surface in which you play the sport on. Football evolved from the sport, as I mentioned earlier, from soccer. It evolved from soccer. The powers to be made football. They seen the football get on the field. They decided, hey, let's do this, let's do that. And here we go, American football. But it evolved from soccer. As of 2012, nearly 1.1 million high school student athletes and 70,000 college athletes play the sport in the U.S. annually. So you can see it has grown a lot from 1869. So that's just a little history about the sport of football. Now let's get into the meat of things and how to play the game. My main points in this presentation will be the rules of the game, which is the most important piece, how you play, the do's and don'ts, the equipment, which you can't play without it. You need all the equipment, the attire that they give you, in the field of play. How it's marked off, what this means, what this yard line means, etc., etc. I'm going to start with the rules. There are 3 different ways you can score on a football field. Okay? On the football field, you have 2 opposing teams going at each other. Each team has an offense, each team has a defense. Only 11 players are allowed on the field for those teams at a time. So if that team is on offense, 11 players on offense, 11 players on defense. And once they switch, defense goes on offense, and offense goes on defense, only 11 players can be trotted out there or playing at one time. There are 3 different ways you can score. The offense is trying to score a touchdown. The offense can score a touchdown, they can kick a field goal, or the defense can score a touchdown as well or acquire a safety. So the 3 different ways you can get a safety, you can score a touchdown, or you can kick a field goal. A safety is when the offense has the ball in the end zone that's behind the offense in the opposite direction in which they are going. If the defense tackles them in that end zone, that's a safety. And the defense or the opposing team will be awarded 2 points. If the offense scores a touchdown, they will be awarded 6 points. And after they score a touchdown, after each team scores a touchdown, they get an opportunity to go for an extra point. So the extra point, you can either kick a field goal or you can go for 2. If you kick a field goal, you will line 11 people up on the line with 1 field goal kicker and a placeholder to catch the ball, put it on the ground, and have the kicker kick it through the field goal post. The field goal posts are the 2 yellow posts behind each end zone. If it goes between the 2 arms of the goal post, the ref will give a signal like this, which indicates that it's good. He also would give that signal like this when you score a touchdown. And the signal for a safety, if the defense was to tackle a guy in his own end zone, this is the signal for a safety. So they got an opportunity to go for 1 or 2. So now if they go for 1, they kick a field goal. But if they decide to go for 2, they will try 11 players back on the field, and they will go through and try to score and hand off the ball. And if they hand off the ball successfully or throw the ball successfully and it reach the end zone again, they will be awarded 2 points. Again, that's called the extra point. All right. How many players are allowed on the field all the time? 11 players. Offense, defense. The purpose of offense, defense, the purpose of the offense is to score touchdowns. No other reason the offense should be on the field. To score touchdowns in a multitude of ways. They can hand the ball off to their running back, which their running back is the guy that stands directly behind the quarterback, or the quarterback, which is the person who gets the ball from under the center, and the center is the one who snaps the ball to the quarterback. He can drop back, scan the field, and throw the ball to his receivers. Receivers has the most fitting name ever. Receivers. You're receiving the catch from the quarterback. You catch the ball, possess the ball, move the ball down the field, and try to score a touchdown. The purpose of defense is to stop the offense from scoring, however way they can. Blitzing the quarterback would simply mean they rushing guys before the snap, rushing the guy straight to the quarterback, trying to tackle the quarterback, trying to do any means necessary to keep the guys from moving the ball. When I say moving the ball, let me clarify that. Take a step back. You have, on the sideline, you have first down markers. You have a start and an end, which is 10 yards apart. You have 4 downs as an offense to get 10 yards. And you have 4 downs as a defense to stop them from getting 10 yards so your offense can get on the field. Quick example, if the quarterback, 1st and 10, we get the ball, 1st and 10, I decide to hand the ball off. My running back gets 2 yards. Now, that marker on the sideline with the numbers on it, you have an end and a start, and you have a marker with numbers on it. That marker with number on it, it will go from 1 to 2, indicating that it's now 2nd down. And you move it up 2 yards between the start marker and the end marker, and your end goal is to try to get to the end marker so you can get an additional 1st down, and the chains keep moving until you score a touchdown. I'm at 2nd and 8. I decide to throw a pass, get 3 yards. Now I'm at 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, you got a decision to make. I'm going to pass, I'm going to run. I decide to pass. I get 2 yards. Now it's 4th and 3. So with it being 4th and 3, I got an option. I can either go for it and get the 3 yards, or I can punt, which means I'm going to catch the ball, punt the ball to the defense. The defense will send somebody back there to receive it. Once they receive it, they can either run it themselves or they can catch it and kneel down, and then their offense will take possession. If you don't go for it, the reason people kick it on 4th down is because if it's a short field, meaning if you don't get that 1st down on 4th down, the offense or the defense offense gets a chance to come on the field, and they get a chance to try to score. And they call it short field because normally the field is shorter for the opposing defense. When they stop those guys on 4th down, when their offense runs on the field, they can get their touchdown a lot easier. And they're trying to avoid that from happening. Or they can be in field goal range, which meaning field goal range is the range of your kicker. How far he can kick. I can kick it from 30 yards out. I can kick it from 60 yards. That's field goal range. So they try to punt, they try to flip the field, which gives the opposing defense's offense a longer chance to try to score. Equipment. Run through the equipment. You must have helmet, cleats, shoulder pads, thigh pads, knee pads, butt pads, hip pads, and a mouthpiece. A mouthpiece is to protect you from having concussions. Okay, cleats grip the surface, shoulder pads protect your shoulders, butt pads, knee pads, thigh pads protect your thighs. The field of play, it's a rectangular field of play. It's 120 yards long. It's 53 yards wide. Yard lines are numbered in multiples of 10. At the end of each end zone, there are field goal posts, which I stated earlier, which looks like this. The yard lines is divided up into 10 because you need multiples of 10, because it's 10 yards apart, or it's 10 yards to get a 1st down. Okay, so you start with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 with 5 yard markers in between. And with no further ado, once again I say, my name is Calvin West, and this is how you play American football.